OMI, or otherwise known as an internal hip circle. Now the OMI is a lovely move that really allows you to do something that is quite internal to the body, so internal to that central plumb line. And what it is it's a circling of the hips, okay, that keeps them right within the natural frame of the body here. So we're not doing a hip circle where our hips were going beyond our natural frame. We are right here, it's internalized underneath the frame. And what it is your pelvic bowl here is just rotating. It's like it's on an axis, and it is rotating and lilting around, and we can do it in two different directions. And it's almost as if you notice when you drop a coin on the floor and that coin takes a moment to settle, you know, or a dinner plate that hasn't smashed, it takes a moment to settle and it rolls around its edges. This is what an OMI looks like, okay? So it's a lovely gooey movement, and this is a delightful movement in terms of massaging your lower spine, getting blood flow through to your, you know, internal organs, so all of your reproductive organs, your digestive organs in that lower part of your abdomen, okay? So a really lovely movement. So let's look at how we actually drive this movement. Now, it comes from component of two other movements. So these are excuse me, so these are the movements that we generated from our hip hits, which were our knee bends, but not the fast jerky ones that we were doing particularly with our glute squeezes. It's the nice soft ones, so the pistoning of the knees, okay? So the hip hit, that's what creates the up down portion of the OMI, interspersed with a tuck and release. So this was the pelvic positioning when we go into anterior tilt and release, okay? Tuck or tilt and release. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to start by first tucking to the front. We're then going to bend one knee down, that takes the hip down. We are then going to release to the back and then bend the other knee, okay? So that takes us back to the front now. So we're going to tuck, bend, release, bend. Tuck, bend, release, bend. Tuck at the front, one knee bends, release to the back, other knee bends. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this one feels quite weird when you're first learning it, because, you know, you're really focusing hard on actually getting the movement through those different parts of the pelvis, really by engaging. It goes sort of knee, lower abs, doesn't it? Knee, lower back. So you're really combining different body parts, and it does take a lot of focus and control. So this is how you start to increase your mind-body connection, your proprioception and your coordination. So I've just speeded up a tiny bit. Back, knee, front, knee. So back, side, abs, side, back, side, front, side. Okay, so whatever way you have to think about the movement, if you need to look down to see what's happening, that's absolutely fine. Now we're moving all in one direction. Okay, so now of course this is a percussive OMI, so I'm breaking it down, so you could use this on the beat and the rhythm, couldn't you? So I've broken it down into its percussive component parts, and then what we're going to do is think about now smoothing it out. So back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side. So you see how, as with a lot of belly dance movements, they can be percussive and follow the rhythm, or they can be fluid and follow the melody of the music. And that's what creates such versatility really, and variety, and allows for artistic expression, and really to be able to represent the music well, because you have really an arsenal of moves, you know, at your disposal. So we're now rotating through. And, you know, sometimes it helps to put your hands on your hips. Feel that movement. If you look down, you will see that your knees are alternating backwards and forwards. Okay, if I turn to the side for you, you get a side view of how this looks. Okay, and this is your OMI or interior hip circle. I'm going to just turn to the back and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, so you can get a good look and a view of what it should look like. Okay, so now we're going to go in the other direction. Okay, so we were coming around this side, we're now going to go around that way. Okay, so we're going to take it to the side, tuck at the front, bend the other leg and back. So I've got this going front, so now it's bent, back, side, front. This leg is now straight or straightish, still micro bend, back, side. 1, 2. Okay, and now let's take it back the other way. Okay, so side, front, side, back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to show you now is your frame 1. This is where you will often see this used. Okay, is framing your OMI, because it really does emphasize that lovely movement that you have going on in the hips. Now you may very well find that one direction flows a lot better than the other one. That's very usual to find with an OMI, and again that just means you just drill the sticking points on that side a bit more. Okay, break it down into its component parts, have another go. You can see that you can take it in one direction, you can take it in the other direction. You can start to think about, just once you've got it, just move on some arms if you want to add a little bit more of a challenge, if it's not enough already. Okay, and take it back in the other direction. So that is your OMI, your internal hip circle.